Hello, Nomad Sculpt, and this is another video about texture placement. And this is about how to place such seamless, continuous patterns on the mesh. Okay, this is a little bit trickier. Okay, so let's start Nomad Sculpt and see. So first I have to show a few examples. So you see here this scales pattern, and there are no visible seams. So it's it's okay like this. So yeah. Okay, so I show you another example. And here you see here on the screen here, there's a seam. So this is a UV seam. So it goes like this here. And so, and you can do what you want. You don't get a nice texture on this here. And you can try here in the menu UV Atlas or UV BFF unwrap. It doesn't work. So here is another example. So this is unwrapped BFF, and here you see the seams, and so you get here the texture is not nice applied on the surface, so it's a problem. Okay, and how to do it better. So okay, I start to explain. Okay, so first you have to give your character face groups. So yeah, you can draw face groups here like this here with a lasso tool, and place here a face group on this leg. And so do it for the body parts you want to apply the texture. So maybe I want the texture on, oops, sorry, I have to use a few. I want it here on the leg. So we have now the face group here on the leg, and now I'm using the hide tool. So, and I tap on the leg, and I use the invert option to see only this part of the mesh. And you see here at the here it's a little bit checky, so we can go back, clear all, and here in the operations menu we can relax here the face group borders. Here it's not so clear, but here we can see it better before and after relaxing. So this is nice. Oh, I think, yeah, now Nomad is back. Okay, so let's hide this, invert it, and now we have a nice border. Okay, so let's check here also the wireframe. It's a high dense mesh, so it's okay. And now for this, the tube is your best friend. So use the tube and the path. So, and I don't need snapping. And I'm placing here a tube. And make it bigger. So like this here. I'm using the X-ray view. So that the meshes are overlapping, so like this here. And at the top you can adjust the radii. So like this. So yeah, it looks nice. So it covers the whole mesh, the other mesh. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because we reproject in a few seconds. So a little bit bigger is better than too small. Okay, so X-ray off. So I check here the wireframe, and we can change the. So first we have to turn off the caps. We don't need caps for this. And then we can change the subdivision, so a little bit a higher subdivision for reprojecting. So now we can validate this mesh. And so you see here we need the two parts here. So the leg is inside of the tube. Okay. So now we select the tube, and we need the MISC menu and the reproject option. So, and we reproject here the vertices. So, and I see here from high-res 3, so I check it again. So I check this one and this, sorry, this one and this one, and reproject from high-res 1. So press reproject. So here are the reproject settings, so vertices, and here is everything off. So iterations 3 at the moment. So, and now you see here the mesh is reprojected on the other mesh. And here's a small problem zone here. And we forgot one thing here. This is also important. So I do it a few times again. So we have to use cell mask and mask the end. So like this here. And also here this end. And then again reproject the mesh. So now you see here the mask here, oops. The mask here protects the mesh here from reprojecting. So, and here this mesh part here, we have to fix a little bit, so I use relax here for the smooth tool and relax the mesh a little bit, the stretching here. And also smooth is okay, so smooth it a little bit out. So now it's nice. Okay. And now place the texture on this. So let's use the opacity slot, place a texture. So I use the scales. And you see here now the scales on this mesh. So I change the rotation in this direction and the scaling. Okay, so this is the texture you get when you reproject this on the other mesh. Okay, so now we have to change our meshes. So I use now this mesh, so and I don't need the texture at the moment. And so look at the order. This is the source and this is the target here. And now I change from vertex to opacity. So now let's check here the texture. The vertices are 1.6 million or something like this, 1.5. I think it's enough, so let's reproject the whole thing here. And now check it here in solo view. This is the mask on the mesh here. And now we can invert the whole thing and use the inflate option. So I clear now the mask. And so you see now you got your scales on the mesh and they are proper. Okay, so let's do a last thing here. So let's try the body. So I'm using the height tool. So let's apply a texture on the body here. So we need again a tube path. So I start at the top. So I'm placing here the tube here in the center of the mesh. And I'm using X-ray. So like here, so to find the center of the mesh and change the radii. So here a little bit bigger, maybe here a little bit more. Here we can go bigger. So, and the important thing here is here at the top, no caps, but I close the mesh, so like this here. So there's, at the bottom there's also no cap. So, and I close it also here. So it looks like this here. I turn the wireframe on. So you see now what happens. So it looks like this. Okay, so the next thing is we need a more post subdivision, so like this here. And then we validate the mesh. So here at the bottom and at the top you see stretching, so we can relax the mesh, so to bring back the topology. And with a move brush, here symmetry is off, so we pull the mesh a little bit out to cover all the other mesh parts here, so like this, so that there are no overlaps. Okay. So we have to reproject the tube to the female body. So let's select the female body and the tube. Change the reproject mode to vertices and reproject from high res. So this is what we get. And then here I relax the mesh a little bit back. So then it looks like this here. So here is a little bit of a problem, so maybe smoothing helps. So I think it's difficult to fix here this thing here completely, because yeah, it's not 100%, but I think it works. Okay. So now let's place a texture on this. And now I'm using a color texture. So I'm using this one here. And so yeah, I think it's not complete seamless. So maybe we find the point here where the overlapping of the texture is. So like this here. And I think it's okay. So, and now we have to select the correct meshes. So we want to reproject from this mesh to this mesh. So now this mesh here is highlighted. And now we change the reprojection mode from vertex to color. And now we reproject from high res. So the tube we can hide. And here we can clear all and use the view tool. So now we see the texture on the body, and it looks okay. So more is, I think, not possible with Nomad Sculpt. So for other things you need professional software to do it better. Okay, that's it. Have fun with sculpting and ciao.